All right, y'all. We are back with another video, and I'm gonna go ahead and let y'all know the disclaimer right now. This video is going to contain spoilers for the Real Housewives of Atlanta season 17. So, what does that mean for you? That means that you already know that we're gonna be giving you some spoiler tea. If you are one of those types of people that don't like spoiler tea, this is your warning right now. So, if you are in the comments later on complaining about said spoiler tea, then I just want you to know you might look a little crazy because you were told at the top of this video. Okay. So, with that being said, let's get into the tea, y'all. I saw this circulating yesterday and I kind of wanted to touch on it, but I also was like, I don't know. I don't know. But I said, you know what? Let's go ahead and get down into it today, y'all. So, K Michelle, you know, the ladies are, from what we hear, on a cash trip. I'm hearing Dallas. Right? First cash trip of the season. And K Michelle has posted this interesting little post right here. She says, if it takes a group, plot, a rumor, or scheme to bring me down when I'm coming in love, you already lost in the game and lost in life. Then it goes that you have to be a sick person to plot and scheme on someone who is minding their business. Okay. Now, let's dive into it. This right here is a post that also it looks like maybe Angela Oakley is not following K Michelle, but from what I could see in the comments, I don't think that Drew is following K Michelle either. Now, the reason that I'm not able to really confirm any of this, I'm not on X, so I don't know if this is on X or the threads, but it looks very much like X to me. So I'm not on there. So I cannot go on there to confirm. I just don't believe in that platform. But here's the tea. Okay. Here is the tea that we got. Now, I wonder if this has anything to do with said bimbo that K Michelle had been speaking about in her last series of tweets. Hmm. Well, we know it's not Pinky because we've seen K Michelle posted up with Pinky. I believe it was also on the Bravo Shade Room. Shout out to the Bravo Shade Room, y'all. If you want tea, you want it firsthand, you want all the goings on, definitely check them out. We're about to head to another post with the ladies right now. And again, these are things that I haven't had a chance to cover this week. So this is the reason why I'm like, it's not Pinky. It's not Kelly, obviously. I mean, because she's posted up with them. And of course, a post, I mean, we can infer a lot of things. And note, this is for people, this video is for people who are just interested in playing detective like me. I like trying to figure these things out. Um, so uh, I don't know. What do you guys think? Who do you think she's referring to? Could it have been Angela? I don't know why my first thought was going to be Portia in the gang. Because, I mean, I feel like it would be Portia. In my mind, it's Phaedra. In my mind, it is also maybe Drew, since Drew and Portia are cool now. You just never know, right? So we can only speculate. And that's the fun part of it. So if you enjoy the speculation of it all, comment down below who you think she is referring to. I'm interested in reading you guys' comments. I am not interested in reading comments about, oh, yeah, they spoiling the season. Ain't nothing really spoiled. We over here like getting these types of bits and pieces because I like putting the pieces together and seeing if we're right or not, right? And have some fun. Have some fun with this. My God. Because I don't think we've gotten much intel on any of the drama as it relates to, like, let's go back to last season. The way that last season ended, none of us knew anything about that. With the Angela and the Junebug and the Phaedra of it all, we had no idea. Yeah, we knew about Brit and Kenya, but there were so many other things in between that we did not know about. So I'm fine with getting a bit of tea here and there because I feel like it informs or it gets us excited about it. But that's just me, and that's just my thoughts. Okay, y'all. So Kenya Moore, I don't know if you guys had seen this, and shout out to our friends over at Reality Entertainment TV. And I'm going to have to take you through a couple of quick things with this. But Kenya hopped on live and she gave her own personal take on Karen being released from prison. Okay. A lot of y'all say jail. A lot of some people say, all the headlines and the media outlets say prison. I just think it's people be going off about that jail versus prison thing. Anyway, Kenya is basically saying she wants to interview Karen Huger first. Now, I don't know that Kenya would get that interview first. That's likely going to be Andy Cohen. I mean, come on now. It's likely going to be Andy Cohen. It's likely going to be some type of, I would imagine if I were Andy, I would be doing a one-on-one sit down with Karen. I would have her sign some level of exclusivity. If you're signing that Bravo contract, it would definitely be that, yo, you're coming here and you're doing that interview first. But that's just me. That is just me. She also comments on the Melody and Martell of it all. Her take on it is essentially that she's always going to believe the woman in this situation. That's kind of what I've always been taught, is to always believe the woman, right? If a woman says this has happened to me, that's kind of what has been ingrained in my mind as well. And she also talks about like positioning it like, if your daughter came to you and told you something like this, how would you respond? Okay. And that sort of has always been my thinking as well. And the Melody and Martell of it all, I mean, it honestly continues to spiral and spiral and spiral and spiral. And I will tell you what I mean by that, because this is just a taste of what Melody was able to produce in response to Martell posting his IG stories that were basically saying that Melody allegedly contradicted herself on Dr. Heavenly's podcast when asked if there was ever any physical, abuse happening, and Melody said no. My instincts were that maybe she was protecting him in some way, shape, or form, or maybe protecting the image for the show, for the sake of the show. I really don't know, to be honest with you. Um, and let me go ahead and change the banner real quick, because this is all really between her and him. But I'm going to show you the messages that she was able to produce, and Reality Entertainment TV happened to capture those images. And Melody posted what looks to be Instagram stories that said, like I said, ain't no more covering. Y'all gonna leave me alone. And in this post, it looks like she is saying that she's getting her kids today. They'll be with her this week. Um, that Martell's mama and him tried her today with slick words and trying to manipulate her. And then she says, "Don't punch a woman ever, but trying to make me feel bad for walking out the door. Keep that." And then he allegedly says, What? Probably because you've been leaving for 11 years. I'm sorry for that quote punch." And he types in quotations punch. So I don't really know what that is supposed to indicate. Then she says in the next IG story, screen recorded this today too, straight from my DM, but watch the pick me's still play dumb while going play in traffic somewhere. Searched the word and found it all. And here's why the word is highlighted. So I guess this is also in reference again to the word punch. He is apparently saying, I've been saying that for a while now, but all of that goes out the window when you're yelling in my face, calling me bees, punching me and slapping me like I ain't no grown man. Okay, hey, okay, whatever. She goes on to say, I guess you deserve to be punched in your mind. Huh. Yeah, just like an abuser. Oh, and like you slapped me last week when once again you put your hands on me first. Yeah, same thing, but what the heck ever. All right. So,
here and
you know, again, this situation is it's very sad to see that it is still ongoing. And my hope is that whatever needs to be enforced by the court is now being enforced by the court in some way, shape, or form, so that she's able to move on and have peace and move beyond this, I would say, very dark chapter. Um, there's a lot I think that Martell also needs to work on. And I think that he too needs to move on, direct that energy towards the person that you're with now, because ultimately, either taunting her or trying to get a rise out of her or attention from her, as we saw in her initial post of her recording of him at the courthouse, it is just not worth it. And to be quite honest, in terms of like just the general public, I don't understand why he would even continue to go down that path. I don't get it. If you don't want her, move on in another direction. The only communication that y'all need to have is probably about the kids. And now that probably needs to be supervised as well, because the interactions are seemingly still hostile. That to me seems to be the only recourse of action here. But let me know what you guys think. I don't have kids, so it's hard to say. So I don't have that frame of reference of saying, okay, this is what you do when you have a former spouse that you still got to deal with in some way, shape, or form, and the interactions are always hostile. But from a simplistic standpoint, those are my thoughts. What do you guys think? Let us know in the comment section down below. With that being said, I will catch you guys in the next video.